name is Andrea, Renaissance Urbanism.
My name is Ludwig. The Italian Renaissance took place between the 14th and 17th centuries. In Italy specifically, its epicenter was the region of Tuscany in cities such as Florence and Siena.
My name is Andrea. Keyword Urbanism, Renaissance, Cities, Medieval Cities, and Medieval Cities, Intermediate Geography.
My name is Carolina. History of Renaissance urbanism. What did the Renaissance involve in urban planning change? Urban planning is the discipline that studies the planning and development of cities. Medieval cities had been organisms that had developed without a previous plan in a regular and chaotic way. The great architectural landmarks such as places or cathedrals, which stand out in the urban industrial, there was not organization in its development beyond some open space, squares, meeting points.
The urban Renaissance is the study of urban transformations carried out during the Renaissance between the 15th and 16th centuries, and the theoretical discussions about the city developed during this period. In order to understand the Renaissance city, it is necessary to first establish what is meant by city. In more words, it is a city of a point maximum concentration of the power and culture of a community with economic relations.
My name is Rodrigo. What was life in Renaissance cities? Our objectives are going to be analyze and explain what Renaissance urbanism was like. We're going to understand the historical background in relation to Renaissance cities, and we'll identify how the structure of cities was.
Problem: shaping Renaissance cities. During Renaissance, lifestyle, social custom, and society income were modified. This means a change in attitude and behavior in relation to the organization of cities, which mainly in the atmosphere of 15th and 16th century give rise a series of proposals aimed at the design and development of a perfect city, now as a city ideal.
My name is Maria Jose, architect of Renaissance cities. Renaissance architects of simplicity, symmetry, and clarity, adapting itself as an example to the human body. The main characteristics of the Renaissance architect are based on the structure of the 16th century based on the time of the ancient and the Middle Ages, taking as an example the facts, columns, arches, spouts, domes, windows, and walls.
Hi, my name is Valeria. Given the small number of new cities, most of the works are for the development of parts of the city, like construction of palaces, churches, and advanced architecture.
My name is Giselle. Renaissance ideas postulate an urban change, with a new layout of rectilinear streets and uniform architecture, with a large squares and monumental ensembles. The Renaissance city, therefore, continues to be a medieval city, but with a minor superficial change driven by the bourgeois, ecclesiastical, and aristocratic elites.
Hi, my name is Alejandro. Polygonal shapes of Renaissance cities. Renaissance urbanism refers to the urban planning projects developed during the Renaissance. Geometric architecture are from the Greco-Hellenistic and Roman models. During the Renaissance, octagonal cities were formed which conceptualize the 8 dominant ones that significate power. Cities shaped by various intrusive military artillery, walls, athleticism, and squares.
My name is Gerardo Axel. Types of cities by religion. In the 14th century, the cities with the greatest religious practice were Tuscany, with epicenter in the cities of Florence and Siena, to be incised by Papal Christianity in the 16th century. Cities with the most important religious construction during Christianity: Jerusalem, Medina, Lourdes, and the Vatican City.
My name is Valeria Castrejón. During the ancient age in Greece, as the Renaissance is designed to the cities as a state, that is, modern state and military forms, but as regards the organization, form an army and art for as the system fortification for the defense of the protection of the cities.
My name is Eduardo. Type of cities by natural features is Sicily, Italy. The island of Sicily was a crossroads of history, a point of conquest and empires, and a strong motive for a dozen distinctive groups whose warriors and merchants scavenged its shores. One of the greatest cities of the Western Greek dispersion, it was also the home of the mathematician and engineer Archimedes. In Syracuse, we are today experiencing a modern Renaissance.
How do Renaissance cities relate to ideal cities? The conception of the ideal city during the Renaissance movement added new spaces to the cities and a new way of inhabiting it, adding a new dimension around the relationship with the street, with the public space that surrounds it and the rest of the buildings.
My name is Lily. What were Renaissance cities like? Renaissance cities were considered for military reasons, religious, and natural accidents, and values were art, architecture. Each word was composed of beautiful monuments. These cities were formed by polygons, shape, and structure for meeting points.
My name is Jimena. An ideal city should be resolvable, accessible, shared, safe, and desirable. With these principles as foundations, the metropolises of the future are perceived as greener, healthier, more sustainable, and inclusive. They are born from the types of cities in ancient, middle, modern, and contemporary times.
A continuation, the infographic of Minecraft.
In the tour, we can see the inside of a church that suffered a case called the Reformation. Then we can see the part of the village with some fields, and later we can see the castle where the king lives and so many fortresses. The tour also shows us religious art of that time as well as one of the weapons that were used called the crossbow, and the big wine miles were used to grain grains. Renaissance cities were surrounded by water. This was to Florence, Italy.
Here we are, flying above Athens. the capital of Greece and the largest, most important, and most populous city in the country. It is the main center of economic, cultural, and political life in Greece. Its area extends over a plain of the Attica Peninsula. The urban expansion of the 20th century has ended up merging with the surrounding population. The municipality of Athens is 38 kilometers, but with the metropolitan area it totals about 427. Athens was an important part of the Athenian school, which represents the value of scientific thought and natural thought, whose development is attributed to classical antiquity.
It is a building that performed the functions of a royal residence in past centuries. The palace is located in the municipality of Versailles. In Le de France, its construction was ordered by Louis XV, and it is one of the most important monarchical architectural complexes in Europe. Your visit is important because it influences the Renaissance by majestic works.
This project helped us to understand the need of urban geography, captured as one of the most influential branches for the study of cities to understand the landscapes and urbanization. The Renaissance has been the most perfect and complete line of utopian cities that has been developed through history, only comparable, and to a lesser extent, with that of the utopian of the 19th century.
Thank you for your attention.